So men, we're pretty simple, right? We want women to be hot. Yeah, it's nice if they're also loyal and supportive and these other things, but we're gonna be honest with you. We're gonna be upfront. We care a lot about our appearance. Women, on the other hand, if you ask them what they want in a man, they're gonna say, I want him to be a good man who takes care of me and he's nice to me. And I think we all know that's 1000% certified BS. Like every man who's been through puberty and who's tried this advice, they know that it's landed them smack dab in the friend zone. So today we're here at Alpha Land and we're going to approach some attractive women and ask them a series of interesting questions so we can uncover the truth here. But first, I gotta have some of the good stuff. It's the pre-workout, bro. I just got a little on my nose by accident. I didn't want to bring the whole tub all the way over from Spain, so I brought a little baggie. Come on, man. Would you be more into a guy who's making $250K a year, he's killing it, but he's 5'7", or a guy who's 6'3", but he's only making $60K a year?
I'll settle for 5'7". It's not that deep. I'm 5'2".
So you're all about that money?
I'm not all about the money, but I'd rather be with somebody who has something going for them, has goals and aspirations. Like you said he's putting in the work. So he's not, it doesn't mean that he's just like silver spoon in the mouth. Like
so
he's
it's
actually
not,
working for
it's not only the money, it's also
it's the fact that
a
he's
guy who's
hustling.
making money. It says something about like his personality.
It's the fact that you said he's putting in work. So if he's ambition and he has goals for himself, then yeah.
Would you be more into a guy who's like skinny fat, kind of a dad bod, but he has perfect hair, or a guy who's balding really bad but he's jacked?
Oh my gosh, that's a really hard question. Bald and really jacked.
So you don't mind balding?
No, not at all. Not at all.
You care about being jacked though?
I care about being jacked. Yes.
Would you be more into a guy who's making $300K a year, he's killing it, but he's kind of out of shape, he's got a little belly, or a guy who's jacked, but he's just kind of like complacent, $60K a year?
It kind of depends on how he treats others, and like
both of them treat other people the same, let's say.
Probably the guy that takes care of himself, like healthy, probably like shredded.
So the money doesn't mean anything, even if he never makes more than that his whole life.
I make enough money for myself. I don't need someone else's. So.
Would you be more into a guy who's a virgin, kind of awkward, but he's 6'3", or a guy he's 5'6", but you can tell he's experienced, he's super confident?
5'6", because I don't care about height.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'6".
So if he was 5'5"?
To me, height doesn't really matter. I care more about like personality. Can you make me laugh? Are you a good-looking guy?
How come it doesn't matter to you? Because I feel like for most girls, it does matter. And a lot of guys watching it be like, she probably cares about height.
But all of my exes that I've ever dated, they were never like tall. The tallest one was 5'9". Not trying to hate on my friends, but every time my friends and I would go out, my friends were like, why are your exes all good looking? And I was like, because I care about that instead of height. I care about other things instead of height.
Would you be more into a guy who's making $60K a year, but you can tell he's really experienced with women, or a guy's killing it, making like $350K a year, but he's a virgin, he's like kind of awkward?
For me, I guess it would depend on the personality and like.
Let's say they're like equal in all other respects.
I don't know. It's a hard question. I mean, I like a guy who like has stuff going on for them and who's really motivated and driven. So I guess I would probably say the other option.
So you'd be all right, like maybe having to show him the ropes.
Yeah, exactly.
That wouldn't be a huge turnoff.
No.
Would you rather be with a guy who's 10 out of 10 attractiveness, except he's hairy, he's got chest hair, stomach hair, neck hairs all over the place, or a guy who's 6 out of 10, but he's like really clean groomed over his entire body?
I'd say a guy that's 6 out of 10 groomed.
Obviously, and that's why I'm super happy that today's video is sponsored by Manscaped. If you've been following me for a little while, then you know I'm a massive fan of the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0 body hair trimmer, and that is why I am beyond excited that they finally dropped a beard trimming and styling routine. Introducing the Beard Hedger Pro Kit. This thing comes with literally everything you need to make sure your facial hair is 1000% optimized. Like, bro, keeping your facial hair on point plays such a crucial role in optimizing your looks, and this kit just makes it insanely easy. The Beard Hedger trimmer has a powerful 7,200 RPM motor and titanium-coated T-blade that can cut through even the thickest of hairs in a single stroke. Personally, every other day I take off the attachment and trim all of the hairs below my neckline here because that's what gives you that strong jawline look. And then I'm also going to trim all the hairs above this line here to bring that line out and just make it look more clean. And then about once a week, I'm going to put the attachment on, set it to the correct height, and trim the entire beard so that it stays at a nice clean length. Honestly, by far the best beard trimmer I've ever used, and because Manscaped is sponsoring today's video, they're hooking us up with a coupon code you can use to get 20% off plus free international shipping. Just click that first link in description to get the Beard Hedger Pro kits and take your facial hair to the next level.
Would you be more into a guy who's solid career, he's making like 85K a year, but doesn't really have much ambition to grow from there, or a guy who's like kind of broke, paycheck to paycheck, he's not homeless, but he's got like a lot of drive and ambition, and it seems like he's gonna be super successful?
Someone that definitely has a lot of ambition, but maybe he doesn't make a lot right now.
So how come you wouldn't be into a guy who's like doesn't have, even though he's already has a decent career, but he has no ambition? Like, is that, how come that's a turn
So
off?
if you're someone that just like wants to be lazy and doesn't work hard, then that's just not attractive to me because that's not how I operate. So I don't want someone that operates the opposite way.
Would you be more into a guy who's like 10 out of 10 attractiveness, but he's got no personality, he's kind of awkward, or a guy who's like a 6.5 out of 10, but he's like super confident, super funny?
6.5 for sure.
How come?
Definitely someone, because I think personality is definitely a little bit more. If you see someone who's super hot and they have no personality, they don't actually want to spend time with them.
So he's no longer a 10 out of 10 at that point.
No longer a 10 out of 10.
But a 6.5 before he opens his mouth, and then you're like, oh my God, I'm laughing, I'm having a good time. That makes him more attractive?
Yeah, it'd make him like an 11.
Would you be more into a guy who's making like 250K a year, he's killing it,
Okay.
but he's 5'8", or a guy who's like 6'3", but he's making 60K a year?
See, that's a hard question to ask me because I'm 5'10". At the end of the day, money doesn't matter to me, but neither does height. I don't know. I guess I would take the guy making 60K that's taller.
So height matters more than money?
For me, unfortunately, I'm 5'10". I'm a tree, so I have to find a fellow tall person.
How come money doesn't matter to you? Because most girls, I think it does matter.
I make my own money.
Would you still be attracted to a guy who makes less money than you? Because I feel like a lot of girls, I feel like that doesn't give like the masculine, feminine dynamic.
I definitely could be attracted to someone making less money than me. That's not a factor.
Would you be more into a guy who's killing it, 300K a year, but out of shape, he's got a little bit of a belly, or a guy he's not completely broke, let's say 60K a year, but he's jacked?
Does he have a good personality?
They both got the same personality.
Shit. I might go with jacked. Is that bad?
So you don't care about the money?
No, I make my own money.
So you'd be down to date a guy who makes less money than you?
Yeah.
Really?
Really? That doesn't bother me.
Obviously, I know the people
As long as
aren't
they're
gonna,
not broke, like,
so like
I'd go with jacked.
pop bellies are out for you.
Yeah, dad bods don't do it for me.
Gains, bro. Workouts complete. Now, I'm curious to hear y'all's thoughts in the comments about what the girls said. And I know that y'all are completely savage and will not hold back at all. But I also want to give you my thoughts, because there's two things that stood out to me. The first one is that a lot of these women genuinely seemed not to be bothered by men's height. And those were the girls who were like average height. They were like 5'6", 5'7", and they genuinely seemed not to really care about men's height, and even admitted to dating guys that were on the shorter side. So I think that's some very phenomenal news for the short kings out here. Now, for being honest, something that I did not quite believe is that a lot of them claimed not to care too much about the man's income. One girl was honest, and I think she said, you know, it's not just that he has money to support me, but it also, like, it is an indicator of a man's confidence, his ambition, his drive. And I think we have to be fair to women, because a lot of us are mad. They're gold diggers. They just want us for our money. They just want us to, you know, live a high-value lifestyle without doing any work. And, you know, while that can be true, I think that we know women are attracted to men who are strong and confident, and financial success is an indicator of that. So I think we need to be fair. That being said, a couple of the girls who said money did not matter because they made their own money, I believe them in the sense that I know some of them have bigger social media followings and probably do make good money. I'm not sure, though, if it's a little bit of virtue signaling, because I feel that if they were dating a guy who was less successful financially than them, even if they can't admit it to themselves, I think it would be a turnoff. I feel like there is really this masculine-feminine dynamic, and if the girl's making more than the man, it kind of messes with that a little bit.
At the end of the day, it all comes down to the cake. And I ain't talking about booties. I'm talking your life is like this cake that you're baking. The eggs, the flour, the core ingredients, that's like your habits, your fitness routine, your success in your career. Women are just a little design on the top of the cake. If you bake a dope cake, it's gonna be good regardless if it has that design or not. You don't need women in your life to live a fulfilling life. Focus on leveling up year after year for your own happiness, for your own enjoyment of life. It just so happens that when you focus on that, women also become more interested in you. Now, real quick, I just want to say, if your dating life is not at the point you want it to be at, and you're not able to consistently meet and date the types of girls that you really want, I just want to let you know that I am here to help with my Beast Dating Coaching Program.
I'm currently dating a girl. I think it's a 4th date. It's a girl I already knew, but we never engaged. I never made the approach, and I like her, but now I can do it. I feel confident about doing it.
So week to week, I'm seeing girls at least 2, if not 3 times. Which is the limit of what my schedule can handle at the moment.
To learn more about the program and apply now, just go to beastcoaching.com or click that second link down in description. So today is unfortunately the final day in Houston, Texas.
And David says on his final day, I can't be on my diet.
Max's diet has to be postponed for a week because this is my final day and I want to go to this place before I go back to Spain. Panda Express. Hurrah. Half chow mein, half fried rice, double sweet fire chicken, and I'm trying something a little bit dangerous today. It's the Beijing beef. Me and Max disagree on a lot of things, but when it comes to Chinese food, I actually think Panda may be the best Chinese food.
Absolutely top tier. Sweet fire chicken.
And this is gonna be my last sleep here in Houston. I still got 1 stop left to go before I head back home on a plane back to Spain. You know, it's kind of insane, this whole YouTube game. These people think I'm slanging things, but really I'm just down to hang and get some ice cream. You know what I'm saying? I recommend you check out that video next. It's about how to looks max and actually improve your looks. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and click there to subscribe as I release 2 new videos every single week. I will talk to all of y'all in the next one. Stay beastly.